Alright, what's happening? So, I think I just put the most recent video up yesterday. So I'm filming this the 21st of June, and I think that this will likely be the last video you guys get before I go on my trip. I think we leave in like 13 days or something like that. So this will likely be the last video that goes up on this channel before I go on that trip, and when I get back I will have made a couple videos out of that, because I'm going to make a separate video for Thailand and then a separate video for Japan. Yeah, we have a lot of cool stuff planned. I'm very, very excited. I'm excited to have those videos made. I'm excited for you guys to see the videos that I make. Yeah, I don't know, just excited. And that's assuming that I get this video edited before then, because I have this work week, and then some of Maddie's family is coming up here, and then the next week my mom will be up here, and then we pretty much leave like the day she does. So yeah, it'll be real busy. So I think that this will hopefully be up before July starts, hopefully. But if you can hear it in the background, this is what we're playing. Obviously Sepultura, Morbid Visions. I got this at Amoeba in Hollywood when I was there last week. I went up there for a show, which was fucking awesome. I'm sure you guys are all familiar, but this was the flyer for said show. Man, yeah, killer fucking lineup. Obviously, Arisman Blood Incantation was who I went for. But Krigscour and Sadistic Intent were the other two bands playing. Didn't see too much of the Krigscour band, but what I saw was cool. And Sadistic Intent was great, as I expected them to be. But it's cool. I got a couple of these posters. This one's framed. The other one is in my fucking closet, rolled up. And before I get on to showing the records I want to show in this video, I managed to grab one of these tapes that they were selling at the show. So this is Beneath This Reality of Flesh. This is a full length that Arisman put out last year. Everyone knew the Despair's Depth Descended album that came out on CD, but this is the other album that Arisman released a bit earlier in the year, and it was only put on cassette, and I think there was only 50 copies. So this is the second edition, because it's certainly not a press, but you just got white tape. I think the original was white tape as well, and this one actually has the lyrics. Yeah, so there's one side, and there's the other. I don't really show tapes, and I'm not going to really start now, but I just wanted to point out that I had this, because I'm really excited that I do actually have one, because this one was limited to 100 copies, and I know that they've already sold out through the Bandcamp page. So yeah, super excited to have this, and I should have something to play on very soon. But besides that, I guess I'm going to get in, we're going to start talking about some records. I'm going to do something a little bit different this time, and I'm going to start showing a couple of 7-inches in these videos as well, because I've gotten quite a few of them, and they're starting to really stack up, and I do want to like actually show, you know, my collection in its entirety. So I guess I should start doing this, because I don't really want to make a whole video for 7 inches, because I just don't feel like that'd be all that interesting. Though I probably will make one for 10 inches eventually. So this first one I got from my buddy Craig. I think I was out of town or something, and these popped up, and he just grabbed 2 of them, which is super fucking cool. This is Black Salice with Nocturnal Mysticism. I think there's only 2 tracks on this thing. So this one's actually going for like 16 bucks on Discogs now, which isn't that much, but the next one I have is actually going for quite a bit more. You saw the front cover. This is the back cover here. It's very Black Salice. Everything about this is very Black Salice, obviously. From the imagery to the music, everything about this is basically exactly what you would expect from a project like Black Salice. But it's cool, you got this little sheet here. It says The Night is Endless on that side, and this one says When Ancient Fears Arise. Super fucking cool, man. I love the imagery. I love everything about this. I love everything about this project. It's just black vinyl. Side B, side A, super cool. So I'm absolutely not going to talk too much about each of these 7 inches. I just wanted to show that I have them, maybe say a little something about them. And I will say about this, I really enjoy it. So Black Sleeves, Nocturnal Mysticism. Alright, here's another project people have kind of had a big old boner for over recent months. This is Nipa Holland with Flogger de Bort. This is the demo from 2014, and obviously everyone knows the demo that was released in 2016, which was just called Nipa Holland, which got the 12-inch vinyl treatment pretty recently. And I actually have it sitting right here. So I haven't shown this, but you guys have all seen it. This is what I'm talking about. This is the same band, just an earlier release. And on Discogs, man, this thing is fetching like 45 bucks. So I think I got it for like 8. So super stoked on that. But I don't think it comes with anything. No, it doesn't. But there's the back cover there. Real fucking cool. Put out through Purity Through Fire. And it's just 33 RPM, black vinyl. Really absolutely nothing on the labels or anything like that. But it's a great release. The only thing is the vocals are a little bit quiet. It's got great melodies. It's got a great atmosphere. But I feel like if the vocals were just a tad bit louder, I would like this a whole lot more. So really good stuff regardless. It's Nipa Holland with Flogger de Bort. Alright, and getting this first 12-inch record that I'm going to talk about out, I realized that I did not take everything off the wall that I needed to. So we'll get to that when it becomes relevant, but this is something I'm very, very, very excited to own. Even cooler is where I got it from, and I will explain. This is the Conqueror Split with Black Witchery, entitled Hellstorm of Evil Vengeance. So this is the only split that Conqueror was ever a part of, and I think this was initially released in 2000, and in 2010 Nuclear War Now gave it the just a reissue that it desperately needed. Not like the originals are super fucking hard to come by, but you know, this is a split that definitely needs to be heard by everyone, because I think personally that it's fucking awesome. In my opinion, this is the best thing Black Witchery's ever done. This is just a lot more straightforward black metal than when Black Witchery sort of moved away and started almost making it like sort of that Black Death, almost war metal-ish sound that they have today. But this is a lot more straightforward black metal, and I fucking love it. And of course you guys know Conqueror. This sounds like Conqueror. So there's not really any reason for me to talk about the music, because honestly, you guys have heard both of these projects. You guys know what they sound like. So, yeah. And also, pretty cool that you guys all know that this is sort of the spiritual successor to the split that came out in 2015 between Black Witchery and Revenge, which is fucking really cool. I like that they did it. I like that it's basically a split between the same two bands, just, what, 15 years later. So, super cool. I like that you can hear how the band sort of evolved. Of course, Conqueror evolved into Revenge, and yeah, I mean, in my opinion, this is the better split by miles, but they're both good regardless. So I'll show you what this comes with, and while I do, I figured I should tell you, because it's quite cool in my opinion. I actually got this from Tragenda's personal record collection. Someone was selling off his collection on Discogs, and this was one of the things that that was up for grabs. And you know, when I saw it, I thought, man, it was actually pretty cheap too. I want this fucking split, and it's even cooler that I got it from the guitarist of Black Witchery. And of course, we all know he died a couple years ago now, but when I got it, there was actually a bunch of things in here that aren't actually part of the actual release, including like all sorts of these like promotional flyers and shit. So these flyers I'm talking about, there's a bunch of them in here. I think there's probably like 10. But yeah, you got your Black Witchery side and then the Conqueror side of this flyer. Really fucking cool, but also came with a big ass Black Witchery sticker, which is quite cool. And then you have the actual inner sheet that did come with the initial release. Obviously the Conqueror side and Black Witchery there. And it does include a couple of posters. This one was not part of the initial release, and this one has like some holes in it and shit, so I assume at some point someone had this thing hanging up. But yeah, there's a Black Witchery poster right there, which is really cool. And the poster that actually did come with the release is this one here, of the Black Witchery side of the artwork, Hellstorm of Evil Vengeance. Super fucking cool. And last but not least, this is the white vinyl version, which was not even on Discogs. I actually had to put it on Discogs. But this is limited to 100 copies on white vinyl, Black Witchery side, and the Conqueror side. Now, this is actually, the labels are on the wrong sides. One of the other records that I know that GZ pressed was the three-way split between Satanic War, Macedonian, and Light Mutilation, and those sides are opposite of where they're supposed to be as well. So, GZ, you should truly be ashamed of yourself. You guys should know this. This is one of the greatest splits in my collection. Check it out. It's a split with Conqueror and Black Witchery, Hellstorm of Evil Vengeance. Alright, now I'm going to show a couple things that I got while I was in California last week. Because really I only bought a couple records. But this was one of them. I got this at Bionic Records, which is in Anaheim. And when I saw this, I was really excited because I've always wanted a copy of this, but it was just always like a bit lower on my priority list. And when I saw it, I didn't actually know that it was reissued. So when I bought it, and when I was actually looking at it, I was like, this is not exactly how I remember it, because I have seen it before. And I was right, this is a reissue, and it is not how I remember it. So this is Autopsy with The Tomb Within. This is an EP from 2010, and really, besides a very few small exceptions, this is the first proper studio output from Autopsy since Shit Fun. So there was a 15-year gap between Shit Fun and this, which would be their next proper release, which came out right before Macabre Eternal did the next year. So this was, I guess, really when everyone heard that Autopsy, after 15 years, had not lost their touch. This sounds exactly like good old Autopsy, man. And a lot of people don't really like the Shit Fun album, but I imagine when this came out, everyone was pretty pleasantly surprised, because it seems like Macabre Eternal is definitely a more popular album, so this kind of sounds like the material on that. This is really fucking good, but like I said, this is a reissue, so it's not like I'm pretty sure the original had like the gatefold with like spot gloss and shit, but either way, I'm really happy to own this, and I have seen that Peaceville is reissuing Fiend for Blood, which means hopefully they'll be reissuing Retribution for the Dead as well, because I do not want to spend first press prices on that motherfucker. But this does include a printed inner sleeve here, Autopsy, The Tomb Within, and you just got lyrics and shit on that side. It is just black vinyl, nothing interesting on the labels. And then you just got this weird little booklet, which I don't really think is part of the release. It's just like a promotional thing, but it says Peaceville, 30 years of vile vibes. And just some shit, maybe it's shit they're putting out, no idea. Hopefully all you guys know Autopsy. This shit is fantastic, check it out. That's The Tomb Within. Alright, here's a record that I actually got at Amoeba itself. Now when I was there, I was looking around, I found a couple things, but there was nothing that like I needed. And then I thought, you know what I'd like to find is maybe a record from the band Of the Wand and the Moon, which I fucking adore. And when I asked the guy where that would even be, because I'm not really sure what they would have categorized it as, he was like, well, what are they like? And I'm like, well, they're kind of like Death in June. And he basically was like, well, that would be like just in the regular rock section. And I was looking around and I didn't see it, and I was thinking like, I fucking literally told the guy, it's kind of like Death in June, and I didn't think to look for Death in June until we were pretty much leaving. And I ran over and I looked, and they had one Death in June record, and this is one of the ones that I really, really like. This is Brown Book. This is like the 6th, maybe, Death in June album from 1987. So we all know Death in June. They've been around since 1980, so it's been a long fucking time. And basically these guys are the one, well, the main guy, Douglas Pierce, he's basically the, like, forefather of neo-folk. So a lot of the stuff that I fucking gush about on this channel, like King Dude, the early King Dude anyway, and then bands like Of the Wand and the Moon and stuff like that, this is basically what spearheaded that. The thing about Death in June is a lot of the stuff is kind of weird. There are a lot of Death in June releases, but it's one of those bands where, like, each record has a few songs that I really, really love, but I don't think any of the records are, like, full of songs that I love. So this is one of the ones that I actually like more of the songs on. But there are a couple songs on here specifically that I absolutely adore. Like the song To Drown a Rose and Runes and Men. Fucking amazing shit, dude. I love it. So this is the front cover. Super fucking simple. It is a little bit different than the original. But not too much. This just has a sort of weird, like, case-wrapped feel to it, which you can kind of see there. And it does include a poster, which is quite weird. It's a double-sided poster. That being one side right there, and this being the other side. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to do anything with this, but it is cool to have anyway. And the vinyl itself is quite nice. It's this brown vinyl, which is quite cool. I don't have many brown records. Whatever you guys think, you should definitely at least give Death in June a try. If you've listened to one Death in June song before and you didn't like it, I promise you there are a lot of Death in June songs that you probably will like. A lot of it's real weird. A lot of the releases are different from one another, but one thing is pretty much consistent with this band is that they can definitely write a good fucking song. So please check this out. That's Death in June with Brown Book.
Closes in, so I drink a German wine and drift in.
Alright, next up. What the fuck did I pull out for next? Oh yeah, okay. Well, you guys have all seen this, but I've been listening to it quite a bit recently, so I wanted to point out that I have been listening to it a lot recently, and I haven't shown it yet. This is Void Meditation Cult with Utter the Tongue of the Dead. So this is one of my favorite albums that came out last year. It was definitely on the list. I'm not really sure if I remember where, but I think Void Meditation Cult has definitely made some waves in the past few years for sure, especially with this release. Obviously what had gotten everybody into Void Meditation Cult initially was the Sulphurous Prayers demo that came out in like 2011, if I'm not mistaken. So when I think it was 2013 rolled around, Void Meditation Cult put out a split with the predecessor of Void Meditation Cult, which was Sperm of Antichrist, and I actually do have that sitting here. You guys have seen it, but yeah, it's basically a split with the guy's former project. So everyone was really fucking thrilled about it, man. I think every one of the guys who I watch who make these videos own that motherfucker. So it's really fucking good. And this is the first proper full-length album from Void Meditation Cult. And this is actually the only other thing they've done besides the Sulphurous Prayers demo. So this is really fucking good. It's in the vein of the Sulphurous Prayers demo. It's got that super thick, nasty fucking guitar tone to it that people pretty much know this band for. And a lot of people compare this band to Beharit, and it does kind of sound like Beharit, especially like the earlier Beharit material. But it's really, really good. I adore this album. I love the vocals. They're sort of like whispery, growly scream vocals. Awesome. And I think it's actually the vocalist who did vocals for Manticore for a while. I'm not certain, but I think that's what I remember. Anyway, there's the back. I love that. Super cool picture. And the gatefold with the lyrics and shit, super fucking cool. And I think there were two options for this. I got this on the pre-order, so I ordered the more limited one. And this is like a sort of gold colored vinyl. I'm not sure if there was any specification of what the limitations were, but anyway, super cool to own it. Yeah, man, you guys, if you haven't heard this, please get off your ass and listen to this, because this is really fucking cool. I like this album an awful lot, and you guys probably will too. So it's Void Meditation Cult with Utter the Tongue of the Dead. So, finally, when I got this, I actually was not even planning on showing it, because I thought that pretty much everyone else would. And I've literally only seen one person show this thing off, so I figured I would just show it for those who haven't seen it. This is the reissue of Leviathan Scar-Sighted, which I obviously named as my favorite album that came out in 2015. Not sure if the video would be the exact same now. In fact, I know it would be quite a bit different, but this is definitely one of the best things that came out in 2015, in my opinion. And I know when the box set initially came out, which I'm not going to go through and show because you guys have seen it, but it is, there was a lot of people that complained that there wasn't like a normal standard LP version of the album. So this basically answered those prayers. It's basically just a normal fucking like record jacket, but it is quite nice. I'll show you in a second. The spine is quite weird, but let's say Scar-Sighted with LVTHN here. That's the back. Got Devout Records right there. And besides that, it's pretty much identical to the box. So you got your printed inner sleeves here, so like that with the song titles and shit. It is just black vinyl, which is a bit different. I think the box set, the record's on white vinyl, but this is pretty cool. And there's the other one, I absolutely love. This is my favorite image associated with Scar-Sighted. And you got the other song titles right there. And then, just like the box, you have all of these fucking art prints with the lyrics and shit for the associated songs. Now, I talked to a couple people about this. I really wish they would have just done this as like a booklet or something, instead of just giving me fucking 12 more, however many of these art prints that, you know, kind of make everything difficult to get in and out of the record jacket. But regardless, it's nice. Of course I had to have the fucking reissue because I'm scum. But yeah, man, absolutely adore this album. I'm not going to talk a bit about it because you guys have all fucking heard it and you guys know how good this shit is. So, yeah, Scar-Sighted. I have shit laying everywhere right here. So, I'm gonna end this here because this is giving me fucking OCD. But, thanks so much, guys, for watching. I'm gonna hopefully get this edited and put up before I leave for my trip. If not, then it'll be a while, but hopefully not. So, yeah, thanks so much for watching, and try and get another one of these out soon. See ya.